Absolutely. When I came back to Malaysia, I got involved in Islamic finance. And I finally understood Islamic finance. Islamic finance is about risk sharing, and debt finance is about risk transfer. The risk transfer means that you transfer all the burden of the risk to the borrower. And if the borrower cannot pay, you send him to jail, right? But if the borrower owes you $2 billion, you don't go to jail. The shareholder that pays for it, and the central bank prints more money to clean up your bad loans. So, we literally have very problematic gaming of finance, okay? What is equity? Equity means that if I put money in you and you lose money, I lose money. So actually, it's extremely fair, right? It's extremely fair. But look at global capital markets, stock markets. I used to regulate them. There are only 50,000 companies. How many SMEs are there out in the world? More than 200 million. Do they get access to listed companies, to listing on the stock exchange? Zero, okay? Almost impossible to get, right? Because you have to go to an investment banker, you have to hire very expensive accountants. The whole elite feeds out of this trough of creating money in which, when they fail, the central bankers bail them out. This is the crime of the century. And, as a central banker, I'm ashamed to be part of this, but this feeding is still going on. And so, if we are able to shift more to equity, and then we realize that the return on equity could be negative because we're betting on the people. But if the masses getting what they need, and we've seen through the lending to women, lending to the poor, the returns are actually not bad at all. In fact, the social returns are not bad at all, right? But the myth out there is you must price that risk, and you must price that risk into your lending rate so that, the lending rate for energy transformation for emerging markets is today 10 to 15% per annum compared to zero or negative in the advanced markets, for emerging markets. But the result is chicken and egg. If you don't put in the infrastructure, the poor keeps on getting poorer. We can't solve a lot of the problems.